This year's expanded Veterans Day celebration is just days away, and one of the faces you'll see is Roy Duncan. He served during pivotal moments in World War II, and he's a recipient of last year's Distinguished Veterans Award. Local 6's Chris Yu looks at his storied military career.
Roy Duncan served all over Europe during World War II, nearly 24 stops in all. He has the medals to show for it, and he still has the artifacts.
Pair of goggles that took off of a motorcycle, German motorcycle operator.
Duncan was drafted into the Army in October 1942, but at Camp Ibis, California, he got hurt while working on a vehicle.
They had the hood up on the Jeep, and the driver got in and started up the motor, and I lost the end of my 2 fingers.
Because of the injury, Duncan's captain made Duncan a radio operator. He and the 11th Armored Division then went to Europe to face the Nazis. Duncan recalled when they arrived in Belgium for the Battle of the Bulge, Hitler's last major offensive on the Western Front.
They had Bastogne surrounded, and they were circling it with tanks. They couldn't get out, so we stopped their circling and drove them off.
Although they succeeded in pushing the Germans out, it wasn't easy.
We had to crawl through snow. The warmest place is in a foxhole, and the snow is usually 6 to 12 inches deep.
And Duncan had a very close call.
We was on attack with radio on my back, and a piece of shrapnel hit the radio and knocked me to the ground on January the 4th, 1945. And I woke up in the ambulance, and they said, well, your radio saved your life.
Duncan and the 11th Armored Division later captured a German airport. Then they liberated prisoners from concentration camps in Austria.
We saw bodies laying outside the camp. We went into the gas chambers. There's bodies still in the gas chambers.
To honor Duncan's service, he received the Paducah-McCracken County Distinguished Veterans Award last year.
There's a lot of other soldiers has seen as much service as I did. I was just honored to get it.
Duncan will be honored again this year when he takes part in the Veterans Day Parade. It will begin right here at Dolly McNutt Plaza at 11 a.m. The parade will then continue along 6th Street, featuring various floats, military vehicles, marching bands, and more, before concluding at the Paducah Expo Center right here behind me, where many of the veteran ceremonies and the evening concert will also take place. Duncan hopes this year's expanded Veterans Day celebration will be an educational experience.
It's important to know that freedom is not free. Everybody has to make different sacrifices. We have the Army and the Navy and the Coast Guard. They are protecting us. And they're on the job all the time. Even the police force, all the law enforcement, they are protecting our nation. So it's important for them to know that they are being protected day in and night.
In Paducah, Chris Yu, WPSD Local 6.
Here's the schedule of events for the expanded Veterans Day celebration on November 11th. A sunrise service will be held at the riverfront at 6:30 a.m. A breakfast and awards ceremony will follow at the Expo Center. The Veterans Day Parade starts at 11 a.m. and the American Hero Concert will begin at 6 p.m. again at the Expo Center.